You don't need to be perfect, just present. Welcome to Plot in Minutes, where we dive into the books that help us grow, heal, and show up better in the relationships that matter most. In this space, we're exploring the book you wish your parents had read by Philippa Perry, a powerful guide that isn't just about parenting, but about breaking cycles, healing emotional wounds, and creating deeper, more connected relationships with our children, and with ourselves. This book is a compassionate, insightful guide to building better relationships with your children, and healing the emotional patterns you may have inherited from your own parents. Psychotherapist Philippa Perry explores how early experiences shape our behavior and how self-awareness, emotional honesty, and connection are key to breaking generational cycles. It's not a how-to parenting manual, but a deep dive into emotional connection, communication, and conscious parenting, applicable whether you're a new parent, expecting, or just trying to understand your own upbringing. Here are some key points from the book. 1. Your past shapes your parenting, unless you choose otherwise. Perry emphasizes that many of our parenting habits are unconscious repetitions of what we saw growing up. Even if we vow to do the opposite of our parents, we often end up swinging to extremes or replicating harmful dynamics, unless we bring awareness to it. Why it matters. Without self-awareness, parenting becomes reactive, not intentional. You may either overcompensate, for example, being overly permissive because your parents were strict, or unconsciously project your own unresolved emotions onto your child. Reflection question. When I get triggered by my child, is this about them, or my own past wounds resurfacing? 2. Emotional connection is more important than perfect parenting. Children don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be emotionally available, responsive, and willing to repair when you mess up. Why it matters. Kids learn emotional security not from flawless parenting, but from seeing that relationships can survive rupture and be repaired. When you model healthy communication and accountability, you teach them how to do the same. Example: after losing your temper, instead of pretending it didn't happen, you say, "I'm sorry I shouted. That wasn't okay. I was feeling overwhelmed, but it's not your fault." Key takeaway. Repair builds trust. It's okay to fail, just don't ignore the aftermath. 3. Behavior is communication. Look beneath the surface. Children don't have the emotional vocabulary to say "I'm scared" or "I feel disconnected." So they act out. Tantrums, defiance, withdrawal, they're all signals, not problems to fix. Why it matters. If you only react to the behavior, with timeouts, yelling, etc., you miss the chance to address the need underneath it, often a desire for connection, understanding, or regulation. Practical shift. Instead of "stop crying," try "it's okay to cry. I'm here with you." Key takeaway. See your child's behavior as a mirror of their emotional state, not a test of your authority. 4. You can't teach emotional regulation without modeling it. Children learn emotional intelligence not from lectures, but from how you handle your own emotions. If you bottle up, explode, or avoid feelings, they will likely mirror those behaviors. Why it matters. Emotional literacy begins with language and visibility. If kids see adults name, feel, and move through emotions in a healthy way, they'll learn that emotions are safe and manageable. Example: I'm feeling frustrated right now, so I'm going to take a deep breath before I say anything. Key takeaway. Don't aim for constant calm, aim to model healthy recovery. 5. Boundaries don't have to hurt, they can heal. Boundaries are not about control or punishment, they are about safety, structure, and respectful limits. And the way we enforce them matters just as much as the boundaries themselves. Why it matters. Children need to feel safe and guided, not shamed or rejected. When limits are given with empathy, kids learn self-regulation, not just obedience. Example. Instead of "go to your room," say "I see you're overwhelmed. Let's take some quiet time so we can both calm down." Key takeaway. Firm boundaries plus soft tone equals trust, not fear. 6. Breaking generational patterns takes courage. If you were raised in an emotionally neglectful, critical, or chaotic home, parenting differently can feel unnatural, even uncomfortable. But change doesn't require perfection. It just needs intentionality and willingness to grow. Why it matters. When you change the script, you not only heal your child, you begin to heal your inner child too. Reframing thought. Instead of "I don't know what I'm doing," try "I'm doing it differently," and that takes strength. Key takeaway. You don't have to pass down what was passed down to you. You're allowed to write a new story. 7. Connection comes before correction. Children are more likely to cooperate, listen, and trust when they feel emotionally safe and connected. Discipline is effective only when the relationship is strong. Why it matters. Trying to correct behavior without connection can feel like rejection to a child. But if they feel seen and understood, they'll be more open to learning and adapting. Example. Before a correction, pause and say, "I know you were excited and didn't mean to hurt your brother. Let's talk about how we can handle that differently." Key takeaway. Connection doesn't make you weak, it gives your guidance real power. 8. It's never too late to show up differently. Even if your child is older, or even an adult, it's never too late to improve the relationship. Apologies, vulnerability, and emotional openness can create new patterns at any age. Why it matters. So many adults carry wounds from childhood that were never acknowledged. A single heartfelt conversation can shift the entire emotional tone of a relationship. Example. "I didn't always get it right when you were little. I'm learning, and I want to do better. How are you feeling about us lately?" Key takeaway. Parenting is not a one-time performance, it's a lifelong relationship. Conclusion. Parenting, and healing, doesn't require perfection. It just asks for presence, self-awareness, and the willingness to do things differently. The book you wish your parents had read reminds us that it's never too late to reconnect, to repair, and to rewrite the story, for ourselves and for our children. Subscribe now and share it with someone who might need a little reminder. You're doing better than you think, and growth starts with awareness.